a relic of justice, the whipping post of old Detroit. In the heart of modern Detroit, a silent testament to the city's past stands almost forgotten. A simple stone tablet, worn by time and the elements, marks the spot where justice was once served in a very different way. This unassuming marker commemorates the location of Detroit's only whipping post, a stark reminder of the harsh realities of life in early America. Detroit, 1818, a time of expansion and order. The young United States was still finding its footing, and the city of Detroit, newly rebuilt after a devastating fire, was on the cusp of significant growth. The population was booming, with settlers and opportunists arriving from the east seeking new beginnings. This rapid expansion brought with it challenges familiar to any burgeoning city: maintaining order and enforcing the law. In this context, the whipping post, a brutal instrument of corporal punishment, was not an uncommon sight in towns and cities across the nation. It served as a visible reminder of the consequences of breaking the law, a deterrent meant to instill fear and encourage obedience in a time when prisons were few and far between. The lash of the law, public punishment and deterrence. The whipping post, erected in a public square, was a symbol of the community's commitment to upholding the law. Crimes like theft, assault, and public drunkenness were often met with sentences that included a public whipping. The punishment, meant to shame and inflict pain, was carried out in full view of the community. This public spectacle served as a powerful deterrent, reminding citizens of the price to be paid for transgressing the social order. However, the use of the whipping post was not without its critics. Many saw it as a cruel and inhumane form of punishment, disproportionately affecting the poor and marginalized members of society. The cries of the punished and the thud of the lash echoed through the streets, leaving an indelible mark on the city's collective memory. Whispers from the past, stories lost to time. The exact details of the lives touched by Detroit's whipping post are largely lost to history. The names and stories of those who endured this harsh punishment remain shrouded in the mists of time. However, we can imagine the fear, the pain, and the humiliation they must have experienced. The whipping post stood as a silent witness to the struggles of early Detroiters, a stark reminder of the human cost of maintaining order in a rapidly changing world. Each lash that fell was a reflection of the prevailing social and legal norms of the time, a time when justice was often swift and unforgiving. A shifting tide, progress, and the end of the whipping post. As the 19th century progressed, so too did societal views on crime and punishment. The use of corporal punishment, including the whipping post, came under increasing scrutiny. Reformers advocated for more humane forms of punishment, emphasizing rehabilitation over retribution. The tide of change eventually reached Detroit. The whipping post, once a symbol of law and order, became a stark representation of a bygone era. In 1831, Michigan officially outlawed whipping as a form of punishment, reflecting a growing national sentiment against corporal punishment. Detroit's whipping post, no longer in use, was likely dismantled, its physical presence erased from the city's landscape. Remembering the past, shaping the future. Today, the stone tablet marking the spot where the whipping post once stood serves as a reminder of a time when justice was much different. Today, at the southeast corner of Woodward and Jefferson, where the whipping post once stood as a tool of fear and vengeance, is the spirit of Detroit. Created to be a representation of hope and the spirit of man, it's hard to imagine that same place was once where men's spirits were intentionally broken. The story of Detroit's whipping post is a story of change, progress, and the enduring human capacity for both cruelty and compassion. It is a story that prompts us to reflect on how far we've come as a society and the importance of continuing to strive for a future where justice is tempered with mercy and understanding.